Okay, good morning everybody. I'm Richard Pearson. I'm your tutor today on the event management course. Okay, we're going to have a little talk today about the event management cycle. Okay, and one element of the event management cycle is project scoping. Okay, so after basically this module we're going to cover, and the outcomes of this module are that you're going to be able to describe what is included in a project scope. Okay, and you're going to be able to identify the benefits of project scoping. So those are the main outcomes of the session today. So in terms of project scoping and what project scoping is, it's about the description of the proposed event. Okay, so project scoping probably starts really, it's one of those things where you've got that embryonic idea about your event, and often it starts in the pub over a glass of wine, or and that event you suddenly think, yeah, wouldn't it be great if you were going to do this sort of event. So it's taking that embryonic idea, okay, and actually describing what the event is all about. Okay, so it could be from a triathlon point of view, it could be the distances of the event, it could be the location of the event, whether it's going to be open water or a pool-based event, and what's it aimed at. Okay, so the why in terms of project scoping is what the aims and objectives of the event. So what are you trying to create, and what are the aims of that event? So for example, it could be, if you're a club, it could be about raising the profile of your club, it could be about raising club funds, okay, and it could be just about creating an event that allows club members to participate and enjoy a competitive event. So it's about sort of drilling down to those different aims and objectives. If it's a charity, okay, the aims and objectives again could be similar to the club, in that you're raising the profile of the charity, but you're also raising money in the process of your aims and objectives of the event. If it's a commercial operation, then the aims and objectives are about entries, simple as that, and turning the event into a commercial activity. Okay, so you really need to drill down into that event and work out whether this is going to be a viable commercial activity for you. Okay. So in terms of who, project scoping, in the project scope is about who's your target market, okay, and how will they be recruited. Okay, so it's about identifying who your event is targeted at. Is it a junior event, for example, and how are you going to target your athletes to that particular event? It could be you sort of need to look at various clubs that have got junior sections. You might look at sport-specific clubs like swimming clubs or athletic clubs or cycling clubs to identify if they've got junior sections and they're a viable location for your target market. Also, within the project scope, it allows you to identify how they will be recruited. So look at the different techniques that you'll use to recruit them. Okay, so it could be simply sending out circulation emails. It could be sending out entry forms, to just simple paper entry forms out to clubs, okay, in different junior sections of organisations. It could be about using, you might want to use an outside agency to go out and recruit for you, okay, but it allows you to really make a list of areas and actions on how you will recruit your entrance to that event. Also, what the project scope will do is that it'll allow you to identify an appropriate venue for the event. Okay, so it may be that if it's an open water event, okay, it allows you to look at saying, right, well, we've got this venue, but we're going to need to look at things like water testing, okay, on the venue. If it's open water, is the water clean enough to raise an event? Have you got the appropriate infrastructure around that proposed venue to be able to run your event? So it really identifies the venue, and then it allows you to look at the venue to see if it's appropriate for your event. Also, what the project scope does as well is it allows you to look at the dates for the event, and it makes you think about, are the dates appropriate to the location, in terms of are there any other events going on in that location. Does it fit into various calendars, or does it clash? Okay, so it's about looking at Triathlon Scotland's race calendar to make sure that it fits into their calendar of preferred dates. Okay, and that it doesn't clash with any potential big events that are around there. Also, there might be other events on in the locality that you want to avoid, such as shows, local, it could be agricultural shows, it could be fetes, it could be all sorts of different things. But just the project scope allows you to think about this and to identify whether your date is appropriate. Also, what the project scope allows you to do is to identify what are the main risks. Okay, and these are business risks as well as health and safety risks. Okay, so this allows you to identify exactly, what are the risks if this doesn't work. For example, you can identify a break-even point in terms of the number of entrants that require for you to make a break-even point on your budget. Okay. It also allows you to say, right, well, the what-if scenarios. Okay, what if we have to cancel the event? How do we have the resources to be able to give refunds, etc.? What happens if 2 days before the event the water quality is too poor that we can't run the event? Can we run a duathlon? Okay, so it identifies what the risks are and allows you to put into place some contingencies around those risks. Okay, so that's the what, why, who, where and when around project scoping. Any questions on that? Gary, are you about to make a...
No, I think just the thing, what I mean risks, I think it's just making sure you get people there, and it's just making sure you put everything in place to get people at the event, because the event's not going to run without people.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the main things, and having to get the what, why, who, where, when right is very important. I think we go to these events at times and we don't think about all that when you're going as a competitor, but when you're organising it and you flip it the other way, it makes a lot of sense that these things have to be considered. So.
Yeah, I think the reason why some events fail is that some people just open the event for entries and then think, yeah, that's a good idea. There hasn't been the background and the thought put into the event. And as you say, by doing the project scoping, the what, why, when, who, it gives you a very informed view and able to make informed decisions over the event. Yeah. Good. Okay. So just moving on. So just following on from some of the comments you were making there, Gary, in terms of the benefits to project scoping, well, first of all, it provides clarity and it promotes buy-in. Okay, so what it does here is that when you're building your event delivery team, okay, it means that everybody is in common ground. Everybody understands the event. Everybody knows what the event is trying to achieve, and so it provides real clarity, and everybody is on the same page. Everybody's bought into the event. There's nobody going off on tangents thinking that we're going down this road when clearly we're going down another road. Everybody's on the same page. What it does is it allows you to make the full benefit of the event as well, in terms of the potential success of the event by identifying your event partners and your stakeholders. You can't deliver events just in isolation, and by engaging with potential stakeholders and delivery partners, you can make the success of the event, and these people can help you to make sure that you get that full potential out of the event. What it also does is it allows you to develop a project brief, and the project brief that can be, this is communicated to others. Okay, so once you've done your what, why, when, who, then you've got that project brief, and then that can be communicated to the rest of your events team, your health and safety team, your marketing team, the areas of swim, bike, run team. So they're on they've got a very clear project brief to follow, and the event, there's pure clarity over what the event is trying to achieve and what the event is doing.